If you're in a space or phase in your life where you are considering to go deeper to understand yourself, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Shibali. If you're new here, I work at the nexus of coaching, therapeutic modalities, and spirituality, specifically working with women, guiding them in their inner work journeys. This video, we are going to talk about who we truly are under all of these layers that seem to be us but are not really us. What do I mean by that? Most people, when you ask them who they will talk in terms of either character traits. So, I'm tall, I'm short, those will become the physical character traits, and or a layer deeper. So, character traits like, oh, I'm punctual or I'm lazy, or in terms of likes and dislikes, I like ice cream, I like food, I'm a foodie, I like animals, I'm an animal lover. Or in terms of their values, so I'm an honest, hardworking person, or I'm a smart worker. Um, those are the broad ways in which most people will think of themselves, and that's how we are taught to think of ourselves in terms of our character, in terms of our character traits, in terms of our values, in terms of our likes and dislikes. And yes, those are pieces that make our personality, but not what make us. Yeah, your personality is not you. It is your personality that has been cultivated over a period of time, but it's not you. So who is it that you truly are? I'm going to talk about it in two ways. Okay, so one, I can tell you literally textbook who you are, and two, you'll need to experience for yourself who you truly are. So let's go into the textbook understanding first. Who are you? You are not the physical appearance, you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not the concepts or the ideas that you have. You are something beyond that. In a way, yes, you're arising moment to moment, every time. So every single moment, right? It may not, it doesn't feel like that, but every single moment you're in teeny tiny bits, you're changing, you're evolving, you're changing, you're evolving. Different thoughts, different emotions, different thoughts, emotions, experiences, realizations, all those things are adding up every single moment. And we usually only see when a big shift has happened, right? We're not able to see these tiny, tiny, tiny shifts. But a big shift cannot happen without the tiny shifts, right? So every single moment you're changing, and so every single moment you're arising into a new persona. Every single moment you're arising into a new persona, every single moment. What's behind this persona? So if you really think about it, what let's start from this physical body. What is this body made up of? You might say muscles, skin, blood, bones. But at a deeper level, not a deeper level, at a more anatomical level, what is it? Basically atoms. The entire universe is made up of nothing but atoms. These atoms, when tightly packed, become solids. When loosely packed, become water. When further loosely packed, or become liquid. When further loosely packed, gas, air. Everything in the universe is a combination of atoms in the different ways and forms that they are packed together. Now these atoms do have, like, there are different natures that they have different characteristics or different nature. So what do I mean by that? The four elements. So each atom either has the element of air or water or fire or earth, right? So there are these four elements. Everything is atoms. So the universe is actually atomical, if that's a word. So it's all atoms, and these atoms have elements. So these atoms will have earth, air, water, fire. The entire universe is a combination of these, the atoms and the elements, the four elements, and the fifth element of ether or space, without which, if there was no space, imagine there was no space between me and between me and the recording device, there would be no difference, right? Me and the recording device would be one. And well, in a way we are, because it's made up of atoms, I'm made up of atoms. But so this fifth element of space is very, very important. It is what enables the world as we see it to exist. Without this, everything, all atoms would just be clamped together in this one big mass. There would be nothing that we see in the world. Yeah. So textbook, that's who you are. You are nothing but a formation of atoms come together in this specific way, and this specific way is continually moving, changing, transforming, moving, changing, transforming. You might wonder at this point in time, okay, so then if I'm just a mass of atoms, what is this life about? And so here I'm going to go a little spiritual on you. The idea is that while there is this set of atoms, that's me right now, the set of atoms also is sort of has become separate, or it thinks it's separate because of our cognitive mind. It thinks it's separate from everything else. So there's atoms. My hand is made up of atoms. The skin is atoms. Outside the skin is atoms. Inside the skin is atoms, right? It's atoms all three places: inside, in, outside. And so actually there is no difference between my hand and the outside. There is no difference between the inside of my hand and the outside, because it's all atoms. Yet, while I know it here in my intellect, I don't experience it like that. I can't see. I only see my hand as a solid hand. I don't see it as atoms. And our purpose, the evolution, the transformation, the awakening, whatever words you want to use for it, when you reach that stage, that is the stage where you're actually able to see the solid hand and atoms. So where you're able to see both and together, where you're able to see just atoms in the whole universe and the whole universe at the same time, that's a space where you basically are able to see everything from every single perspective. And when you reach there, no more suffering, only eternal joy, because now you see it all. Now there is no doubt, there is no confusion, there is no struggle, suffering, because you are experiencing and living oneness with it all. This is textbook understanding of who you truly are. But the textbook understanding does not lead to a lived experience, and unless your experience is lived, you don't really actually understand textbook. So let's take a moment and sort of try to get a taste of lived experience. Okay. So if you're not driving or doing anything like that, if you're in a safe space, I would invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable with it. Otherwise, just gaze down somewhere at some random point, just so that eyes don't distract you here and there. Yeah. So if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep breath in your belly. Let the belly expand. And then let out the exhale from the mouth. And now I want you to bring your awareness to the fact that your entire body is nothing but atoms. And so in your mind's eye, I invite you to see yourself sitting with your eyes closed. Feel your body, feel yourself in your body, feel your body. And bring awareness to the fact that the entire body is nothing but atoms. And right outside the body too, there's nothing but atoms. And these two atoms are not different from each other. It's the cognitive mind's inability. It's our cognitive mind's limitation that stops us from experiencing the truth, which is that all atoms are the same, the outside and the inside atoms. And so for a moment, if you can allow yourself to, as if, dissolve into the atoms outside, as if allowing the skin to become permeable, allowing the atoms to pass in, pass out, move in and out, almost feeling the skin as if dissolve into the outside. And now the next breath, taking a deep belly breath as much as is comfortable for the belly to expand. And letting it go from the mouth. Whew. Gently opening your eyes. That, if you felt even this tiniest, if you got even the tiniest taste, that is a glimpse, a small, minute glimpse towards the truth. Our intellect, our cognitive mind is great. It's powerful. Without this intellect, cognitive mind, I would not be talking to you. You would not be able to understand what I'm saying. It is great, but the intellect needs to be left at the gate of the truth. We went a little meta. Okay, I'm going to pause here. Would love to hear how this video landed with you. If you have further questions, or if there are any other questions that, from things that are happening in your life, would love to hear, would love to respond, would love to share my 2 cents about it. If any of you are in a place in life where you want to go deeper, much deeper in your inner work, you will find the link to my course, my signature program, Rooted in Chaos, which has literally everything A to Z that you need. Whether you're starting with your inner work journey or you have been doing your inner work journey and are looking for answers, if that's you, if you're looking for answers, if you're wanting to go deeper, if you're wanting to sort of go to the next level, there is no such thing, go to the next level of your evolution, of your growth, Rooted in Chaos is the right course for you. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and all the very best for the week ahead. I will see you next week.